20 minutes of education.
Now, what about restricted airspace, especially during times of war or conflict? For instance, after the Russian full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, the United States, European Union, and other countries revoked the third and fourth freedoms for Russian airlines, banning them from flying to these countries. In response, Russia blocked all freedoms for Western airlines, including the first freedom. Some regions of airspace are reserved for military operations, national security, or special activities. These are known as special use airspaces and include restricted, prohibited, or danger zones where civilian aircraft cannot fly. These zones are often created around military bases, sensitive government areas, or during specific events. No-fly zones are areas where aircraft are forbidden to fly, usually for national security reasons. Entering these areas can result in severe consequences, including imprisonment. For example, the P-47 zone around the nuclear weapons production facility in Texas is a no-fly zone. Geopolitical events can change the borders in the sky. For example, after the downing of Malaysia Airlines flight in 2014 over eastern Ukraine, parts of airspace were closed temporarily due to the risk of conflict. There are also temporary flight restrictions, which prohibit or restrict flight activity in certain areas at specific times. These restrictions may be imposed for various reasons, including the protection of public figures like president or vice-president, also disaster relief, or during some space agency operations. Pilots must check for temporary flight restrictions along their route before taking off because flying into one of those areas could cause some troubles. In the case of air defense zones, like those surrounding a country's territory, aircraft must remain in contact with air traffic control and follow a flight plan. What about private jets? Do they follow the same airspace rules as commercial airlines? Yes, but they can be more flexible in their flight path. For example, private jets can choose more direct routes and avoid just some congested airways. However, they still need to follow the same general air traffic control procedures. And what about drones? As for drones, each country has its own rules about drone operations. In the US, for instance, drones are banned from flying in certain classes of airspace without permission. And there are restrictions around airports, military bases, and critical infrastructure. There are also technologies like geofencing to keep drones out of restricted areas. And another interesting question that came to my mind while researching this topic is which country has the largest percentage of sky? And is it directly proportional to the country's area? A country which controls the most airspace, unfortunately, is Russia. It has a massive portion of the world airspace, primarily due to its size. The space is around 70 million square kilometers. For comparison, the airspace of the country that came second in this ranking, the United States, is about 20 million square kilometers. The United States also controls a large portion of airspace, especially when considering the popular regions like the East and West coasts, as well as the airspace over the North Atlantic, which is heavily used for international flights. Overall, Canada's airspace totals around 18 million square kilometers. Among Asian countries, China's airspace covers a large part of East Asia, and it's one of the busiest airspaces in terms of both domestic and international air traffic. India's airspace is crucial because of its location in South Asia, connecting key air corridors between the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and Europe. India's airspace is also one of the busiest, with high traffic volumes on both domestic and international roads. In terms of size, China's airspace covers about 12 million square kilometers, and India's is around 7 billion square kilometers. So if you add up the airspace of the United States, Canada, China, and India, the total still falls short of Russia's airspace. This is roughly proportional to the size of each country, meaning that Russia has seized a huge amount of territory. So we can conclude that controlling borders in the sky for aviation is the well-structured and coordinated effort that combines national sovereignty with international cooperation. Countries manage their airspace by combining air traffic control, rules, and cooperation with neighboring countries. Air borders, which might sound very poetic, are actually more complex and dynamic than land borders because airspace is a shared, ever-changing resource. Understanding the details of airspace borders is really important for maintaining the safety and efficiency of global air travel. I hope you found this video interesting, and I kindly ask you to share some energy by giving it a like, hitting the bell icon, and of course leave your thoughts or questions in the comments, because I really value the opinions of such a smart community. And if you watched this video, you're clearly part of this intelligent community, so your thoughts matter. By sharing your thoughts and comments, you're also helping spread my content, and I really appreciate it. So I'll see you in the next video. We'll explore another intriguing topic. And if there is a specific topic you'd like me to cover, just let me know in the comments. See you!